So, today we got two new bits of news that I wanted to talk about. And it's actually both release dates and of a little more info on these two movies, which I'm looking forward to in 2023. And those are The Haunted Mansion. Yes, we are getting a new Haunted Mansion movie, and the Renfield movie. So, from Universal, which is part of their Universal Monsters, which I'll get into in a moment. For those wondering, that's the one with Nick Cage as Dracula. That, if you're trying to remember what Renfield what is that again? What is Renfield? And then when you remember, oh, that's the Nick Cage Dracula movie, and then you go, oh, okay, yeah. So, let's get started with The Haunted Mansion, which I don't really think I've talked a lot about the Haunted Mansion at all in any of my videos. I don't think I've really given a lot of voice to, mostly because there was a part of me that thought this was not going to get off the ground. Like, I legit didn't talk about it because it always sounded like it was not getting off the ground. But even with casting, I was like, nothing's really come out, like nothing major news. But now we have major news, and we actually get to see of how close this thing is. And I would not be shocked if we had like at least a teaser trailer come this summer or fall, or at least like a little teaser to it, because it's coming out in March of 2023. Yeah. This Haunted Mansion movie is obviously the reboot and part of this new line of movies that are the new line of movies based off of rides that are kind of like interconnected with the Sea Academy from Disney. Now, if you don't know what the Sea Academy is, or Sea whatever, it's a secret society of explorers and adventurers and scholars that were originally created in Disney, Japan, and Beijing, and Hong Kong. They were kind of that's what Mystic Manor is a part of, and all of that. And essentially, it's all the rides, and they're starting to bring it over to the American parks as well. So it's important. So I think it's important to know that this is supposed to be a part of, at least kind of tie into that. And they did say that all the Disney park rides are going to be like in a shared cinematic universe. Yeah. So it does make sense that we are doing the C group in here. I think that's pretty cool. Another thing that was interesting was that I totally forgot Danny DeVito was going to be in this movie too. Yeah. Just when you thought Nick Cage's Dracula was going to be something, nope, Danny DeVito's a ghost in Haunted Mansion. Okay. Alright, I will roll along with this. Now, obviously, yes, this sadly does mean that we are not getting the Guillermo del Toro Haunted Mansion movie, which sucks because it sounds really cool. The idea was that it was going to focus on the Hatbox Ghost and him being the keeper of all the mansions. Like, it was going to be him going on like a world tour of all the mansions. Like, that was the initial idea for Del Toro's Haunted Mansion, which sucks. And the new the new director has done some really good stuff too, though. Like Sorry to Bother You and Dear White People. That I think it's a really cool movie. I think those movies are pretty interesting documentaries. And we do have more of a synopsis on the story. Is that it's going to be a mother and son who end up at the mansion and slowly kind of unravel its secrets. Which I'm like, all right. Humans at the thing. All right, I get it. I fully accept it. But like, here's the thing: is that I kind of just don't want humans in a new Haunted Mansion movie. Not because I was burned so bad by the Eddie Murphy movie, but like, I think there's 900. Think about it. There's 999 ghosts. That's 999 characters you could do. Hell, you could do a story where you could focus on a new ghost living there. Like the 1000th guest, and he or she's learning about the Haunted Mansion's ins and outs. Like, yeah, like in the extended lore, there's like a power struggle between Constance Hatchaway, the Hatbox Ghost, and Captain Blood in some continuities. I think that'd be really cool. Like, it's a friggin' civil war in the mansion. But yeah, I do think it is going to have some horror stuff, and I was kind of hoping for a little more darker film, but I do think this is going to be child-friendly. All I ask is that it's just better than the Eddie Murphy movie. And, yeah. I may have... now, admittedly, I do have... sorry, I lost my train of thought. Admittedly, I have kind of got my problems with Disney right now. Bob Chapek has thoroughly fucked this company, and I might do a video if anyone's interested, of me talking about voicing my displeasure with Disney right now for a multitude of reasons. And yeah, but I am interested in this. Am I going to go see it? It'll probably be streaming on Disney Plus, and that's the only Disney thing I care about. And even then, that kind of like teeters sometimes, I feel like. But no, it does. I'm interested. Maybe it'll be better. The synopsis does sound kind of weak, but maybe it's one of those. The synopsis sounds weak, but maybe a trailer will like better explain it. So okay, I will give it that. Again, we haven't seen the goddamn movie, so let's hold all true reservation for the film, shall we? We haven't seen a trailer or a set piece or anything. So anyway, let's move on now to our next bit of news, and that is the announcement for Renfield's Renfield finally coming out. Now, Renfield is going to focus on the character of Renfield. If you guys know your Dracula history, that is the character that is like Dracula's servant. And he is going to be played by Nicholas Hoult, who most of you guys would know best as he played Beast in the First Class movies. He has done other stuff, but that's the thing you would most know him for. And yes, this is the Nick Cage Dracula movie. I don't think I need to say more than that, right? It's the Nick Cage Dracula movie. Now, this is coming out in May, and I did voice my thoughts on it because it does sound more like a horror. It does sound more of a comedy. Especially when they announced Nick Cage was playing Dracula, I was like, oh, okay, I get... And I kind of was hoping it wasn't, really. I really hoping it was not a comedy. Again, it could still be not a comedy, but the way the synopsis is that it's more about Renfield being an idiot and, trying to get away from his master and try to prove that he's, cool and all that, and I'm like, this sounds like a comedy, okay. And it sucks, too, because, and admittedly, this is the next Universal Monster movie that is coming out. We still don't know what happened with the new Dracula movie. I don't know what's happening with that. We do know we are getting the Wolfman movie is kind of up in the air. I don't know where we're going with this, and we were in the step of the right direction with the Invisible Man. I'm not totally writing off the Renfield movie. I'm really not. I'm just kind of like, okay, this sounds like a weird mishmash of a movie, and I'm kind of getting a Tom Cruise Mummy vibes right now. I am just kind of I'm just getting, it sounds like a mishmash of a horror and comedy, and also a little bit of an action. But again, this movie hasn't even gotten, it hasn't even gotten, a trailer or even a screenshot of what Renfield's gonna look like, or an Instagram post, or whatever, really. It's none of that. And that's the thing I want to really, reinforce here with this whole point, is that the point I'm trying to make is that we can't just... we just got the synopsises and the release dates for these movies. They are coming out next year, close to one another, which I find kind of funny. But the whole point of it is, is that I don't think we should judge right away. It doesn't sound like a train wreck. And again, it's one of those, maybe the synopsis just kind of sounds weak, but maybe when we see the trailer, it'll be like, oh, I get it now. That's what I'm hoping for. Although it has been, I have noticed that there's kind of a running thing with me where I will be like, maybe we should give it a chance. Maybe I'm optimistic and I'm really excited, and then the movie just completely shits the bed. Kind of like when I was thinking about it now, and I'm sorry to go into a bit of a tangent here, but there was when I was watching when we heard all the news about Neil Marshall, one of my favorite directors, doing a new Hellboy movie, and Harbour is going to play Hellboy. And it was taking elements from all the Dark Horse comics. I thought that was really cool. And I was all excited and I'm all jazzed, and then it just turned out to be that garbage fire. Yeah. So I always like get worried, and I try not to be. I try to be optimistic, but I don't try to be too optimistic, if that makes any sense. That's what I'm saying here, is that I want to keep optimism moderate. There we go. Am I more excited? Am I excited for both Haunted Mansion and Universal Monster content? Yeah, I am. I'm always happy to see it because I barely get it. I barely get any official Universal Monster or Haunted Mansion stuff. So whenever it's announced, I'm like, yay! But also I'm like, I'm concerned. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of Renfield, the announcements for Renfield and Haunted Mansion? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? Are you guys worried about these movies? Just comment below, let me know. And as always, if you haven't already, hit the link below to my Patreon. And if you hit the 4th tier, you can send me a request for a video to do here on YouTube. Other than that, I am Mr. Multiverse, and I'll see you next time in the multiverse.